Discord, because that's where I got it from for the easiest.
Live. Guys.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hey.
It's still really quiet, so I made it back in time.
It's
Yeah,
live.
he just chimed in. Sounds like we are live, and Tony just made it back in time. If you have the broadcast up, because I don't, I am trying to get a link to our special guest tonight, Brian McCubbin, who is going to be filling in for Tony Rochette.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. It's great to be here. This will be my first time watching a Ladies of iRacing race live in person. Looks like I picked a great day to do it here at Talladega. We got a 50-lap feature race coming up in about 10 minutes. The ladies are out qualifying right now, and we'll get you some results here shortly.
So, fellas, they named this one "I Left My Heart in Talladega." I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more left in Talladega in the name of car parts if plate racing tells us anything.
Lots of sheet metal for sure. Too bad these things don't have that new damage model.
Yeah, you're right. If they had the new damage model, they'd be dodging parts, I have a feeling.
Well, with everything else that happens with the ladies accessorizing outside of the racing world, they bring in the accessories to Talladega, and we got a whole bunch of Valentine's Day paint schemes happening.
I haven't even been able to check out many of the paints yet, Tony. You know how I feel about the paints, but I'm sure I'll have plenty of time during the race.
Yeah, a whole bunch of ladies got them all. There's a whole bunch of pink and purples out here.
Yeah, going through the field here, I see lots of pinks and purples out there, but they're all great-looking cars. Right now I'm watching Haley Piper run her qualifying lap. She's currently in 10th place. She's run a 51.443 for her first lap. She's going for number 2 right now. Looks like Amanda Sherman is presently on the pole. She turned out a 51.382 lap, and right now she's sitting at the front of the grid.
We got Casey McCoy up here. Looks like she's putting down her second fast lap.
And I'm riding along with Danielle Miller right now in the 39 car. She's getting ready to log her first lap, so we'll see how she does.
Sorry, y'all. Just trying to get the broadcast up, and apparently that's just not going to happen for me tonight. Because Xbox just doesn't want to be my friend, and I don't have enough screens on this computer, so we are going to deal with what we get in iRacing.
I'll tell you one thing that I noticed right off the bat. Out of 26 entries right now, 23 have posted qualifying times. There's one more on the track at least. Looks like everybody's going to qualify. Now, I know a lot of times when we're out on these restrictor plate races, I see like half the field sometimes doesn't take a Q lap, but these ladies are all going for it. They all want to be up front, it looks like. So that bodes for some good action, I believe.
Yeah, I am most definitely guilty of doing that. I tend to not qualify at these plate races. I like to sit way in the back and let the action happen. I can take advantage of that. But kudos to these ladies for all posting up sometimes.
Yes, they are going for it. That's for sure. I don't know if maybe that's just some little bit of an inexperience, not seeing what these restrictor plate races can be like. You know, we all know what kind of show they can turn into if you get too many aggressive people at the front of the pack, and I know that's sometimes why I don't qualify. So we'll see how this unfolds here, but looks like all these ladies are going for it. They're all qualifying.
Okay. Is my phone still in here?
Yeah, let's chalk that up to just good league sportsmanship. Everybody takes part in the qualifications and see where they all set. Yeah, that's cool. That's great. We could all learn something.
You're probably right, Tony. Looks like Sarah Demana has taken the pole. She's jumped ahead of Amanda Sherman. She's now on P1 on the grid. She put in a 51.375, just slightly ahead of the 51.382 of Amanda Sherman. I think there's 2 cars left that have not yet qualified. One of them hasn't even put in a practice lap, so maybe she's not even quite in the session. I'm not sure. We'll see how that plays out here in a couple minutes. 2.5 minutes basically till grid time.
Yep, this is really exciting. Once again, like these ladies, they spend quite a bit of time, practicing, getting ready for these races, and
Who's not?
the incline that we've seen these ladies progress since the very first race that we watched has just been absolutely phenomenal. So
just let it go.
Nice plate track.
They're still talking.
I guess what we can hope for is just some really good racing. I know these ladies, they don't hold nothing back, and they're gonna make their fellow competitors earn every spot. Well, hopefully the track's wide enough for them to be able to kind of move around and do their thing without getting into too much trouble.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big differences here between Talladega and Daytona, which we just came off of a big week at Daytona. There's a little bit extra width in this track that you can go 3 wide comfortably if you wanted to. You can go 4 wide here if you're really careful. So yeah, there's a little bit extra room for these girls to play around with, and hopefully that keeps things interested, keeps things a little safer and a better race.
We haven't got to watch these ladies race on a plate track yet, which tend to be kind of a mess, whether you have drivers that are new or you have drivers that are the best in the world. That's the great thing. It's like, even if it turns into being a little bit of a wreck fest, well, that's just plate racing.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that with the best guys in the sim, just tearing up these races, these restrictor place races, and turning them real dog shows. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. Even the best of the best at these races sometimes have some problems.
Well, heck, even in the real world, these tracks are not very nice. Daytona just last week, lap 15, and almost half the field is gone. So
Yeah, that was really not nice to, I think, all of our fantasy lineups.
You got
Very
that
not
right.
nice.
So we got 1-0. Time is up on qualifying. So yeah, so Sarah Demana is going to be the pole winner. She takes the pole for the race at 51.375, and Amanda Sherman's going to be on the outside row too, or outside in P2.
It's like Caleb McCarthy is going to start in the second row in P3, Casey Marshall in P4, Jasmine Beach in 5th, Nicole Creasel in 6th, Nesha Muncie in 7th, Daniela
Can you guys hear me?
Miller in 8th,
Yeah.
Chantel Pottle in 9th, and Jackie Chalmers in 10th.
yeah, in 11th we got Hagi Meshulam, followed by Kelsey Gussler. And 13th is Hannah
Good
Howell.
luck.
Haley
You
Piper
guys.
is in 14th. Sophie
luck.
Pence in 15th. Jess Wooten in 16th. Alexis Brumfield is in 17th. Alyssa Queen and Danielle Rutherford, 18th, 19th, respectively. And rounding out the top 20 is Casey McCoy.
So after Casey McCoy, we have 21st is Savannah Shriver, I'm sorry, Lydia Zeleniuk, Ashley Vissers in 23rd, Lisa Greatmeyer is in 24th, 25th is Ellen Yenish, and 26th, if she made the grid, was Jackie Swink. So we're pacing right here on the back stretch, getting ready to go green this first time around.
Oh no, Jackie Swank, she did make the grid, and she's having a little bit of problems there catching up with the field. She did a little bit of a spin, but she does got herself a nice little paint job there.
That's a nice Valentine's themed paint job. I've seen crazier paint jobs out of that car. That was very nice. We got to see all sides of it just now. A little spin before the race. Little pre-race victory donuts. Everybody's getting ahead of themselves.
Okay, we're getting ready to come out turn 4 on the pace lap. You know, the pace lap car is going to go in early, and here at Talladega, we go around the tri-oval before we hit the start and finish line, and then we'll be off and on the way.
Green flag, green flag.
And green flag is out, and we are racing here at Talladega, 50-lap feature race.
And they're not wasting any time grabbing 3 wide with few of them shot right up the middle and are doing their best to take the lead.
Amanda Sherman takes the lead in that 8 car. That 8 car with those DEI stripes
The
looks
yellow
good
flag
out
is
front.
out.
Looks like we got our first caution.
Don't catch where that came from. I think that was just been a slide kind of in the back. I don't really think there was a big in there.
Oh no, it was number 6 and 23, I believe it was.
I think that's a deficit of watching in the sim. I can only see up to 20 cars. Doesn't happen in the top 20. It doesn't happen for me.
Looks like the number 6 may have just, maybe missed a shift or something, because as soon as the green flag went, she just dropped like a rock, and she just, she's kind of having some issues there. That's too bad.
Yeah, well, it could have been some equipment issues. Could have been some pre-race jitters. Who knows? Pretty good start though. Other than that, the Amanda in that 8 car just kind of stole that lead, took it away.
Same here. I had 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, there must have been some kind of issue there with. That was Hannah Howell, and she's a previous race winner here.
Hey, it looks like the 06 and 23 got into it pretty good coming out of turn 2, and they got collected. The both of them. The 23's got a lot of front end damage, so and she took the toe, so she's going to have a little bit of time waiting to get back in the pits, and she's probably not going to be very good at high speeds unless she gets a lot of damage taken care of on her nose.
Aha! See, now this is where they do have that. I believe it's unlimited fast repairs, so. She's gonna have to, take the penalty for the toe, but her car will be fine when she gets back out on track.
Well, that's good to hear. That's really good to hear. So she might lose a lap on the toe, but she might be right there for the lucky dog coming up if there's any more yellows coming out early.
That could make or break a race for one of these ladies with the, depending on how they recover from an accident, if you get spun around and kind of do one of those panic tows and end up taking a 2.5 tow penalty, it could end up costing you a lap, or maybe you just get the car straightened out and get going and get you a new car and get back in it.
I think the biggest thing here is, when that stuff does happen, don't let it, rattle your cage too much and get inside your own head. Just, get the car fixed back up and back to racing just like it never happened.
Good, thanks for letting me know.
Goose fraba. We've talked about that. It's easier said than done. It's easy for us to say it. It's a lot harder to shake some of those race jitters when they get into you.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely, 100%. But
yeah,
I don't mind making that call sitting way up here, just watching everything happen.
Yeah. Listen, what you guys need to do better.
This is it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And we all know that these restrictor plate races are a whole different animal when it comes to racing. I mean, you can't get away from other cars. You're going to be close to people the entire race pretty much. And if it's not something you've done a whole lot of, I can see where, it can cause a little bit of jitters. I know when I was early in my career, when restrictor plate races, I was white knuckling it from checker from the green to checker, man.
I consider myself a pretty decent plate racer, and I still have that white knuckle problem. I was just talking about with Tony this week. But I've almost caused myself nerve damage in my hands, I think, from gripping the wheel in these plate races at Daytona.
Exactly. You get that grip of death, man, and your forearms tighten up, everything tightens up. It's not the best way to drive, but it's not easy. It's not one of those things that comes naturally for a lot of people. It's something that just comes with time and practice and just repetition.
Yeah, I said I've been doing this for years and still working on it. And for a lot of these ladies, this is the first time in a plate race.
Same here. I like watching those broadcasts like they had on Daytona 500 where they keep the heart rates of some of the drivers. And, man, I'm sure mine gets elevated 30, 40 beats per minute when I'm in one of these races.
So I wear a fitness watch, and when I go back, I can actually, throughout a race, and I analyze my heart rate through the race. You can actually see where the cautions are.
Right behind you, Ashley.
That's funny.
Awesome. They need a sim racing app for that, where you can tie in the actual race to your Fitbit or your watch, where it lines up the laps so you don't have to do the math.
That would be amazing.
Maybe you can make that an overlay and use it to maybe try to calm yourself down when you're getting more excited than you realize.
It'd be awesome if I had a little, you could have even little sensors in the wheel that little light comes up and say, hey, chill out a little bit, you're strangling me.
I saw you, Hannah. That was good.
About to go back to green here, and that 8 car is going to have the lead and that front row start. Once again, this low line this time, it's going to be hard to take that away. Imagine these ladies haven't raced together a lot in plate races, so it's probably hard to know who you're going to want to team up with, and without that, it can kind of be hard to get those runs to get past the leaders.
Yeah, and another thing that if you're not experienced in these races is when you're behind a car, controlling your throttle, not overrunning the car and running into the back of somebody in front of you when you didn't mean to, not realizing what kind of pull you can get sometimes. So we'll have to keep that in mind as we watch this race go on.
Well, you guys keep an eye on that front as they take the green. I'm gonna hang back here.
Green flag, green flag.
And, see how the ladies manage in all this traffic.
Yeah, I gotta keep it on the front. I can watch the 8 car at Daytona all day long. Or Talladega.
Yeah, the 36 of Casey Marshall got a huge jump on that restart. She went up. She's out to a 4 or 5 car lead right now on the second place of Amanda Sherman. and they're 2 and 3 wide now behind her, and they're going to catch her pretty quick when this traffic
Oh,
kicks
they're
up.
gonna catch her too quick. Let's see what happens here. Oh
They're
man.
pulling up tight. It looks like Amanda's keeping it under control, being smart. The outside lines are moving pretty fast up around her, though.
Oh, great racing there. Yeah, I was worried what was going to happen when the pack caught up with her car because she got a heck of a jump there.
Yeah, so Kayla McCarthy in the 24 came around the outside in the middle, and they're side by side now, coming back to the start finish line. Start lap 4.
Three wide.
Oh, 3 wide. They're pitching down, and oh, we got problems here.
The yellow flag is out.
The 8's involved.
Oh, we got a lot of cars tailed up in that one. The 8 saved it though, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, she got a little bit of damage, but for the most part, she avoided any major damage. She should be able to keep it on the track. But looking back at the replay, they were 3 wide going into the tri-oval. The 6 car on the top side came down when she was 3 wide and just pinched the 2 cars underneath, and that was the 8 car and the 39 car of Danielle Miller.
It's really too bad because we had great racing up until then.
Right, and we know from last week's Daytona 500, when these wrecks happen at the front of the field, man, who knows what's going to happen. A lot of damage can
I'm
happen.
going to have to pit.
Well, there was a whole lot going on in the middle of that pack at the beginning of when that green flag dropped. And those ladies did a really nice job of managing. There's a couple ladies having a little trouble, getting on the gas and get going, and a little bit of wiggling around and bumping around. But there was, it looked close there. I think there were 4 wide there at one point in time, but they were all able to figure it out and keep going until the wrecks started happening.
Yeah, that's a real shame
Can I get
for
my
Amanda
black flag
Sturman in the 8 car. She's got a good car, and she's a fast driver. She qualified right up at the front. So with the fast pair, if she needs it, she'll be right back there again. It's no problem.
Ah, yeah.
It's a long race.
Earnhardt power. Be fine.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, the 6, Nicole Kreisel. I'm
Kreisel.
sorry. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. I actually am not real familiar with the name, so I believe she might want to be maybe one of the newer ladies to the league. But yeah, that was just trying to move to where her car was already occupying space. Unfortunately.
Yeah, she was on the outside of a three wide run there, and she just didn't give him quite enough room going into that turn 1.
Yeah, at the beginning of this thing, I figured they would, just kind of stay double file, but they don't seem to have any problem taking it 3 wide. Pretty much anywhere. I was seeing 3 wide at the front, middle, and the back.
Mic check.
I know it's obviously way too early to call this, but from what I've seen in just the few laps we have got to watch, I don't know that I would want to see these ladies go back to racing anything other than plate racing. Because that was looking really fun there for a minute.
Well, I do believe that the next race that they have lined up will be at Chicagoland. Not quite a plate track, but a nice big wide open track anyways.
Yeah, and with these downforce packages, Chicagoland is almost flooring it for the first half of a run.
iRacing Speedway, or whatever it's called, the Coke Speedway. I'm just gonna
Coke,
put that out there.
iRacing Super Speedway. Ooh.
Number 33. Can I get my black flag removed?
Oh, we had some more contact with the car coming up through the field on the caution.
Yeah, probably want another one of the newer ladies. I would imagine we used to get that a lot with the. Till actually it's kind of surprising because you don't think about it after you've been racing for a while, but that's kind of one of the harder things to do when you're starting out is just pacing and knowing where the field is, getting used to using your relative.
Yeah, catching up to that
Paul
field,
says I need a pad.
you're back a ways, and then like, okay, well, I gotta get hurried up. You see them up there, and you don't realize how fast you're going to how close they are, man. That they close up real fast. I've slid through the infield trying to miss doing silly stuff like that. Heck, I've done that a couple times, even recently, just not paying attention properly.
Well, I get spoiled by racing with the old bastards. So I was in the
Sorry, 89.
Xfinity night shift league that I do on Tuesdays. Has a lot of kind of newer drivers in there, and their pacing's worse sometimes than what this is. So I mean, it's unfortunately it's just something. It's gotta be patient with people until they learn that.
Yeah, some of this stuff is.
Sorry, Tony.
Oh yeah, talking right over you. That's real good. Kind of lost my train of thought there.
I'll finish what I was saying while you try to gather your thoughts then. But I think I completely forgot what I was saying. Oh, but yeah, I did. We just ruined each other, Tony. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, so these ladies, they do the race once a month, and I know for the majority of them that's pretty much all they race. So to log the laps that like a lot of us are able to, it just takes them a little longer to catch some of those things that we kind of take for granted now, like the closing rate on under cautions and stuff like that.
Oh, well, yeah, what I was saying is just mentioning being patient with some of the people that are learning the sim. So I think I had mentioned someone at work, a guy named Jeff that used to race, who might be watching this broadcast, but I don't think he's been on since he had a bad time on the sim and somebody told him how terrible he was and he needed to park it forever, and I don't think he's been back on since. So just kind of remember that. Like, maybe take it easy sometimes. You don't want to scare away somebody forever from our nice little cult here, sim racing.
Exactly.
All are welcome.
That's right. Well, we're back to double file, so we're getting ready to come back to the green flag again. Got Casey Marshall 36 is back on the front pole position. Number 24, Kayla McCarthy, she's going to be on the outside.
Or what I said about making sure your stuff's live, Brian. I still failed to do that. I'm glad you mentioned that we were about to go back live, because I was not.
Gotcha. Yeah, we were live in the tri-oval, getting ready to come back to green. Here we go.
A car's gonna have a little bit of catching up to do. I think mid-pack. That's probably where I'm gonna watch this start.
Okay, and we are green. We are green. Another good run on the outside by Casey Marshall, or Kayla McCarthy on the 24. She actually pulls ahead of Casey on the first turn. Gets in line on the yellow line. They're too wide behind her and Casey Marshall.
Oh, and these top six are just getting after it.
Number 33 needs flag cleared as well.
4 to 6 are just running side by side, doing a real nice job. But they are catching those two that shot out front real fast here. They're gonna start getting racy.
Yeah, a bit of a break. There's a little bit of the front seven having a little bit of a breakaway on the rest of the field.
Yeah, that's right. The high line wasn't working too good for the number 5 car, and she fell back a couple spots. But she looks like she's getting in line, and they're just about single file now. So maybe they're going to be just riding this out for a few laps and get their feet underneath them.
Looks like Casey there is taking a peek at Kayla. You kind of see her pushing it out. Is she just going to stay in line there and try and maybe those two can break away from the rest of them, or is she going to try and go for that lead?
Well, the 2 car pulls out from the 6th spot. Good to take it too wide, but she gets no help. I don't think she's going to be able to hold that position.
Oh man, so Tony, you need to give Lisa a holler that I believe her and 8 car could either they need new cars or they're lifted. Yeah, it looks like they's going down the pits because I just watched them get blown by on the outside.
Yeah, I do remember the 8 car getting some damage on that last caution. She did go up into the wall after she was turned.
Yeah, Lisa and the number 4 there under that last little stint we had, she got banged
The
around a
yellow
little
flag
bit.
is
She was able
out.
to hold her lines and, you know, not wipe her out, but yeah, she took some damage and it looks like it's obviously hurt her.
Yeah, we're back to caution again, guys. Back to caution.
It looks like they'll both have a chance to get that fixed. I know the 8's already on pit road. Yeah, both of them look like they got through there pretty clean. Like the cars, I mean, I wouldn't have thought, I would have done the same thing. I don't think I would have got a new car. They both look like they just got a couple scrapes, but yeah, you could tell they both were off pace.
It was the 62.
So it looks to me like, yeah, we got that caution came out when the 62 had a heck of a run and wasn't able to get around the car in front of her. So that's what caused that caution to come out.
Yeah, it looks like the 8 got a new car, but it looks like she's going to be a lap down. I believe the first car a lap down, but I don't think she'll be in lucky dog position because she was on pit road. I don't know how that works.
I just got confirmation that number 4 is gonna come down and get her car fixed up. She should be able to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, that caution was perfect timing for her. Yeah, I'm sure that had the 8 known that a caution was about to come out, she probably would have stayed out as well. But they had bad timing for her, but plenty of time to get that lap back. Sorry, you guys. Are you guys still in the race okay? I actually just got disconnected from the sim. I want to make sure it wasn't a problem with iRacing, it was just mine.
No, I'm doing fine here.
Yeah, I kind of just spaced out there a little bit. I was watching Lisa come into the pits. I know she's been practicing her pit stop, so I wanted to keep an eye on that and see how she was doing, and she nailed it nicely.
Yeah, so actually what happened up front, I was mistaken a little bit there. When the yellow came out, the 23 car, who was in like the 7th or 8th position, she didn't slow up quite as much as the cars did in front of her when that caution came out. And she wound up getting into Hannah Howell in front of her pretty good. So they got a little bit of front end and rear end damage, respectively.
Yeah, you said 23 car? Well, here we go.
Actually, while I'm getting the sim reloaded, did you guys happen to get a chance to see the link I had sent you in Discord? We're actually missing one of our regular drivers, Jessica O'Hara. She lost her sister recently. Her sister volunteers at an animal rescue. She is a huge animal lover and was actually, from the story I read, was rescuing an animal on a busy road and was hit and killed. And
Oh man, that's terrible.
yeah, isn't that terrible? But yeah, Randall's Rescue has a Facebook page, and that's the animal rescue that she volunteered at. If you want to send donations that way in support of Jessica's sister. But yeah, what a terrible story.
Yeah, absolutely terrible.
Jessica.
Yeah, definitely thinking about you, Jessica. That's too bad.
Where's the 06 car?
All right, I got the sim reloaded. I don't know if maybe it's because I'm not actually ever test driving. I'm just kind of hanging out in spectate mode. That's the second time it just kind of does a network drop. Being rejected, Tony. I think the sim knows I'm not a lady.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Not
going green.
It looks like we got a delayed green, so we're going to go around one more time as the ladies sort themselves out.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what happened to Casey Marshall. She was right up in the front pack. I didn't see her getting involved in any incidents or anything, but she pulled in the pits and she's now one lap down. Never mind, I got you. Casey Marshall, she got dropped off because of a bad signal. She just jumped back in. So tough luck for Casey. But she's a fast driver, and I have a feeling she'll be able to make that lap back up pretty easily. But yeah, she had a internet issue, it looks like. She's now one lap down at the back of the field.
Oh man, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's a real bummer when that happens.
Still only like, what, 15, 16 laps into this thing. I said that we can still time to get that lap back. I think it's just her and Amanda that are a lap down in the 8 car.
Yeah, Amanda Sherman and her are both one lap down. And both of those are really high top qualifiers, so we both know that they both have real fast cars, and I think they'll be able to get their laps back either through lucky dogs or they might even be able to drive themselves back up. Who knows? They've shown quite a bit of speed.
Just a matter of when you're back there not being involved in the incident, so you're eligible for the lucky dog will be the thing they're going to have to watch out for.
That's a good point. Correct.
As Tony pointed out before this race, some of these ladies have spotters tonight. How cool is that? Like, man, that's got to be... I don't actually know which ones have them and which ones don't, but that's got to be super, super useful. Big advantage.
Yeah, that's great, especially on the restricted plate races. In one of my Daytona races last weekend, Mike Ellis came in and helped me through the latter part of the race, and I think that's the first time I've ever had a live spotter ever.
Next caution, we're going to have to dive more into live spotters and Daytona races. What happens when you have a live spotter make the right call on a Daytona race?
Yeah, that's right. Right. We know Tony won his Daytona 500 race, and Mike was in his ear. I don't know how much he was helping with cars and positions, but he sure did help him as far as staying calm and relaxed with the lead he had there. So even if it's not calling out positions, having somebody here just to talk you through the race is a great asset.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly how I was able to nail that win and well, keep those nerves that we were talking about earlier in check.
All right, looks like we're coming out of turn 4. We'll be back to green shortly. I'm going to be following Casey Marshall and Amanda Sherman, the two one-lap cars down, because I have a feeling that they're going to be quite exciting to watch on this restart.
Looks like we got Savannah Shriver and Denisha Muncie leading the field to the green this time around. We'll see how this all goes out.
Tell you, Kayla McCarthy 24 car has had some great restarts and really has helped her out as we go back to green here one more time. Lap 15. And yeah, sure enough, Casey Marshall is just plowing through her field. She's moving her way back up fast.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong list and calling the wrong ladies at the front. But we've got a 4-pack, a little bit of a breakaway here, and the number 24 is still leading for the time being. Number 6, Nicole Chryslow's making a charge.
So Casey Marshall taking it 3 wide coming out of turn 4, trying to get her lap back. She is on a mission, folks. Expect her to see her right up at the front of the pack very shortly.
The 6 car got Star Wars on the front? That's why I've been distracted by it for like the last 30 seconds trying to get the right camera angle, and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm seeing.
That is exactly what you're seeing, Chris. Click it over to rear chase. That'll do you.
Yeah, there we go. They have some great paint jobs in this league.
All right, we are running 2 wide at the front of this pack, about 5 rows deep, folks. Man, this is some good racing here. Oh, the 4 car gets into the 20. Oh, we got a little bit of damage there. The 4 car gets into the wall.
The yellow flag is out.
And the yellow is out one more time. So Casey Marshall will definitely be lucky dog this time around. So she'll be back on the lead lap, and she'll be looking to get back to that front.
Okay.
And Nicole got that Star Wars car up to the lead when the caution came out, so she's going to be our leader. And I was actually watching that car because of the incidents it was involved in earlier in the race, and yeah, maybe there was just kind of some race jitters or a spotter that wasn't set up right. But man, she was looking good up front, holding a really good line. Everybody was up there in the front pack.
Yeah, and Nicole's got the classic Star Wars theme on the front.
Yeah, the correct Star Wars.
Exactly.
Hey man, their paint schemes are spot on. We got the right Star Wars. We got a 8 car with the DEI stripes on it.
There we go. I had to back it up there. It's like number 4 car. She just clipped the apron a little bit and got the car a little out of whack and tapped into the 21, and that's how that all started.
Yeah, actually, I was watching that a little bit. I just barely caught the end of that. You know how you see that all the times, even in these, even in NIS races and official races, where guys just clip that apron coming around the corners. You know, that transition between the super high banks and the turns and that flat apron can really upset your car, and it'll chase up the track and cause all kinds of issues. It's an easy mistake to do. It happens all the time.
I would say Lisa is one of the ones that's been around pretty much from the start, and they've done a ton of racing at Charlotte early on, and a lot of that's probably product of doing so much racing at Charlotte and wanting to absolutely hug that yellow line when you're in the corners.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. She's been putting a lot of focus on staying low and holding that line there, but you know, like Brian was saying, we know how hard that can get, and yeah, just one little section of the tire onto that apron, and it'll throw you around.
Well, that's what made me think of it good too, because like I know how good she is at holding that line at Charlotte, and how important it is to be right there at the bottom at Charlotte, and yeah, here unfortunately. He's saying that banking transition is so great, man. It's like a 3-story building. But it's still early. I said she'll be able to get back up in it for sure.
So Casey Marshall, as we talked about, she did get the wave around, so she'll be back on the lead lap after having her disconnect issue, and but she'll be at the back of the field. But don't think she'll be back there very long. She charged up through the field quite a good ways on that 2-lap green flag stint we had from the back of the field she was at last time. So expect to see her come up and join the front very shortly.
Yeah, that's going to leave the 8 car, Amanda Sherman, the only car 1 lap down. So as long as her car stays clean, she'll get her lap back on the next one.
Yeah, that's right. And she started ahead of Casey Marshall on that last restart, but she didn't quite have the pace. I don't know if she was just being conservative, or maybe she has some lingering damage on the car. But I will keep an eye on her on the next restart and see how how that restart goes for her, because I knew she was really fast before this race started.
Someone we haven't really talked about, Jasmine Beach in the 44 car. She's currently sitting in the number 4 spot. So I think she has been kind of hanging around the middle of the pack for most of this. Be interesting to see what she's got for these ladies up front.
There's kind of a group there in the middle of the pack that's kind of some of the ladies that we've seen race here quite a bit. I'm kind of wondering if some of them aren't working together. You have like Hagee and Jackie Swink, Jess Wooten, like they're all been hanging there in the center. You know, they're all some of the quicker ladies in the league.
Gotcha.
So the lights are off on the pace car. We're starting to form back up 2 wide. Coming out of turn 2, getting ready to take the green flag one more time.
So we're at lap 21, and
I gotcha.
this is a 50-lap race, so these cars cannot make it to the end without fuel. And I know that there's still a bunch of cars out there that have not made a pit stop yet, so I wonder if they're going to be thinking about that here coming up shortly, because I think, unless, I always get Daytona and Talladega mixed up, but I believe you can't go as far at Talladega, correct?
Yeah, you should be a little shorter with a little longer track at Talladega. My guess would be about 36 green flag laps.
Okay, so we're still far ways away from that then. I was thinking for some reason about 29:30.
Yeah, and a lot of yellow lap caution laps so far, so that's going to add to that number a little bit. And but still, there's no way you're going to make it to the end without refueling.
Oh, we had a bit of a checkup there about mid-pack.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Looks like the one car got the worst of it. That would be Savannah Shiver. Hopefully she can get back up to where she was supposed to be before anybody gets a black flag.
Yeah, it looks like I was wrong about the 6 having the lead when that caution came out. There, 24, Caleb McCarthy is still our leader.
And we are back to green. Keeping an eye on the 36 again. She just got her lap back, and she's going to be racing towards the front. And she's meeting up with Amanda Sherman, the 8 car, and they may work themselves back together to get right back in the thick of things.
This is racing up front's incredible. It's hard to commentate when you're just glued to the racing. The 5 car has pretty much brought herself from 6th, 7th, all the way up to leading this outside pack here.
Yeah, it looks like about an 8 car field that's pulled away a little bit from the rest of these drivers. They're too wide in the front. They're going to make some good lap times here. They look like they're working together really well at the front of this pack here.
And the 5 jumps into the lead, man. Wow, that was impressive. Like I said, I think she was moving around on that restart or so. She made it happen on the outside.
And so actually it looks like the secondary pack has caught the main pack, and they're really starting to to form up now. In that secondary pack was none other than the 36 car. Casey Marshall. She's back in the front pack after losing that lap to disconnect. And she looks like she wants more.
Oh man, that 36 car looking loose coming off that corner. That was awesome. On the side of that car for a second.
And we are 3 wide, boys, going into turn 3.
Tegui on the outside. She's one of the ones.
Oh, it's getting tight in that 3 wide spot. But Casey Marshall gets through and sticks to the outside line. And the 24 car is back in the front. That's Kayla McCarthy.
All the way to the back of that lead pack now. I wonder if there's anything wrong with that car or if she just wants to take a breath.
Yeah. Looks like they got back in single file for the most part for the first 4 or 5 spots. Maybe they just want to log some laps at this point.
I think everybody just wants to take a breath for a second. That was pretty intense.
Yeah, if you're Kayla McCarthy or Chantel, and you might have seen on your screen there that the 36 had a disconnect, and now next thing you know, she's on the bumper fighting for third place.
Yeah. Yeah, they got 5 car. At one point, it made it 2 wide on the restart, and I think at one point it even went 3 wide around the 6, and then back down to the 2 wide, and eventually snuck down in the front.
The 44 car had a great run on the outside. She gets around the 6 car, but I think she's going to stall out before she gets to the top 4.
Well, that little 4-car pack right behind them, they're closing that gap. So
I think there's maybe if you have Star Wars on your car, it makes it go faster. That's what I'm seeing here in this 36 car.
Whoa, we got a little contact. Oh, the 13 gets into the 44, and they both go in the infield. Yellow flag is out. Looks like another instance of fighting for really hard for a position. Oh, and the 39 gets into the 6 after the caution. She didn't quite check up in time. 39 being Danielle Miller.
Man, we had some great racing there for a bit, though. Stuck on Casey's car now. It just happens every time I end up on a Star Wars car. I just get stuck on it.
it looks like we've got 13 ladies still on the lead lap.
Yes, and we just passed the halfway to go. 2 laps ago. We're in lap 27 now. Kayla McCarthy in the 24 in that Rainbow Warrior car. She's actually remains on the pole with Chantel Pottle right behind her, and Casey Marshall pushing the 2 of them in front.
The at our last caution there, Lisa, she ended up getting bit with the passing under yellow black flag, so she had to come down and serve a green flag pit stop penalty.
Yeah, and I think that happened from. I think that came about from that little incident on the pace lap right before they got to the tri-oval, where there was a accordion effect that caused a little bit of damage, and one of the cars dropped back. I think it was the 44, and she probably got all those cars in front of her trapped in that black flag status there.
Well, assuming that Amanda Sherman in the 8 car didn't get involved in that and gets the lucky dog here, I think Lisa will be the only car a lap down. So yeah, next caution she'll be lucky dog. Yeah,
I believe you're right. I think Amanda Sherman should be getting the black flag. Matter of fact, they're calling it out on the radio for the 8 to go by. So yeah, she will be back on the lead lap, and Lisa will be the last car 1 lap down.
And Powell and Marshall both were wheeling it on that last run there. At one point, I saw the 36. I was kind of looking back. I don't know if it was coming off 2 or 4, but man, that car was like sideways.
Yeah, I saw that. She was coming out of 2, and she should have had it just about sideways. She gathered it back up and kept her position. And remember, what was that, about a 4-lap run there? She started at the very back of the field, behind lap cars and damaged cars, and she's in 3rd place now. She's really running. She's running good, and she's taking risks and really getting up there.
Well, it was during that last caution there, we were talking about, someone that we hadn't really talked about, the number 44, and she was she really made it easy for us to talk to her about through that last little run. But another one I wanted to bring up that's creeped herself up into the top 10 is Jess Wooten, and we've talked a lot about her in past races, but she's been kind of one of those ones hanging out in the middle. It looks like she's starting to make her way up to the front now that we're past the halfway mark, and the laps are counting down to this race.
Man, I was just checking on that 8 car, and I don't know if she knows it or not, but she needs a new car, so she's going to get back on the lead lap here. But at some point, she's probably want to get that thing fixed. It's pretty beat up on that right rear.
And she's just coming around right now to catch back up to the back of the pace cars. You might want to. She was not up to speed on that last restart. I was watching her and Casey Marshall as that restart happened, and she just didn't have the speed to stay with Casey as she was pulling up through the field. She just was kind of stuck where she was, and so she still got some fast repair. Might not have been a bad idea to take one right there, but we got one to go, and she's not going to have the time to do it this time around. So she's going to be starting the back of the field with a little bit of a damaged car. Maybe if another yellow comes out quickly, somebody will get word to her that she might want to get that fast repair taken care of.
What she needs to do is get her significant other that broadcast races that has the eye in the sky that can yell across the room, "Hey, honey, car's broke."
Yeah, that would have been the perfect time last lap around, because she's going to be starting the back of the field on the lucky dog anyway. So pitting under the yellow wouldn't have hurt her. So, but still a lot of racing to go. We're lap 29, so we got 21 laps to go. So here we go. We're getting ready to go back to green. We're on the back stretch with the pace car, and we'll have 20 to go when we come back around to this start-finish line. So if you guys are looking at the front of the field, the 24 Kayla McCarthy, every time around she's had unbelievable restarts. So I'm going to keep an eye on her this time. She's got Casey Marshall in the 3rd spot directly behind her. Look to see what kind of start these two gals get. I have a feeling they're really going to be really on it when this green flag flies. 20 laps to go. It's just about time to really start getting serious.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on my pick with this car.
And we know Chris is going to be looking at the Star Wars car, so there we go.
Yep, always. Yeah, I was going to be watching that 8. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be much of a show there.
Oh, we got some more problems on these pace laps with these cars bunching up. I saw that 51 was involved,
Green.
of Sarah Demana.
And we are green flag racing.
Wow, the 7 pulls out, gets a great restart. She's side by side with the 44 on the P5 right now. The 24 does get a good restart, but the 36 of Casey Marshall isn't able to keep up with her, and Kayla McCarthy drops in behind 2nd place to push the leader.
Well, the 12 of Jess Wooten had a run going, but Haji said, no, you can push me, and dropped right in front of her. And they're just kind of, it's like she just kind of backed off a little bit. make another go of it here.
Casey Marshall goes too wide around Kayla McCarthy. She's got no help on the high line. They're 3 wide, 3 deep, 4, 5 deep on the inside. I don't think she's going to be able to complete that pass. But will she be able to get back in line safely?
Yes.
Yeah, she might be hung out here. And I was just making that side
I
drive
didn't get a
work.
white flag, but I was just trying to recover from the wreck on the start.
Couple cars back from the front. We're about 3 wide here, and a little bit of contact between the 11 and the 12. Nice job of them being able to sort that out.
So Kayla McCarthy in 24 stays on point with Chantel Pottle right behind her. Casey Marshall in third. They're single file now again, staying in line. Probably a good idea to stay that way for the next few laps until it really gets down to crunch time, I think.
Well, looks like Hagi in that 7 car has got her a little lead there on that outside. Thought she was going to have a help there for a second.
Yeah, DeShanna Muncie in the 2 car was behind her a little bit, but they're not close enough really to make that run work, I don't believe. So I don't think she's going to be able to pull off any major moves.
I think she scared the 2 car and maybe made her back off a little bit. Yeah, I think they would have had a good run. 36 has to lift a little bit. Getting a little dicey up there at the front for a second. Looks like they're going to get lined back up.
Yeah, and the 12 car of Jess Wooten, Tony was talking about earlier, she's making a move. She's on the bottom line, passing cars on the outside. She could find her way in the 5th place by the time she comes around this next turn.
Good driving, 86.
It's like Casey's going to try her luck on the outside again. She's got the 11 behind her this time.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of help.
Oh, and we got Hajit into the wall. Fell back a little bit, but she's able to collect herself pretty good.
And it looks like the 11 car is going to abandon the 36 on the high line, get back in line, and I think that's going to stall out that run. And here comes Jess Wooten. She's pulling up behind the 11 to get in line. She might wind up in 4th place by the time all this is set.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she's up to the lead pack. She's not going to be wanting to slow down. Oh, it's actually kind of thought she was going to make a move to the outside there behind the 36, but she's going to.
So 44 does come up on the outside line to give Casey Marshall a little help out there. Maybe that will help them keep up with the inside line, maybe make some moves towards the lead.
Seems like Casey's really trying to make that outside work, but it's just nobody's staying up there with her consistently enough, it seems like, to really get much of a run.
Yeah, I think you're right. The 11 car's behind her now, but she's moving around a little too much to give her a solid push, though.
Well, you got the second pack back here to the 69, the 8, and the 4. And, you know, they were battling side by side, but it looks like they're starting to kind of get themselves into a bit of a line, and that's what they need to do if they want to catch this front pack.
So Casey tries to wiggle her way back in line, but she cannot make that move happen. She has to stay on the outside.
Oh yeah, she just doesn't have a good enough drafting partner. It is just not going to happen right now.
That's right. The 13 car of Haley Piper pulls up into 3rd place behind Kayla McCarthy and Chantel Pottle. Oh, the 44 gets a little loose. Yeah, the 44 on the apron in tri-oval got a little squirrely. The 12 had to check up. I think they'll be able to regroup and pull up to the front pack again, though. So we're 15 laps to go now. Kayla McCarthy in the 24 stays on point. Chantel Pottle is the 5, and we got another line working on the outside this time. This time it's the 13 leading Casey Marshall on the tie line. Casey's really doing a great job of tucking up behind her and maybe make that outside line work.
Yeah, this might actually work. It's Haley Piper in the 13, and they actually look like they formed up a pretty decent line here.
Yeah, they sure have, and that's the key. She's actually clears the leader, leaves Casey out on the high side.
Poor Casey.
Yes, Casey got left all on her load. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, that's just the way it goes here at Talladega. And sometimes you feel used up. It's just the way it is. Hopefully, later in the race.
That's right. So we have a new leader. The 13 of Haley Piper pulls ahead of Kaylee McCarthy in the 24. Chantel Pottle is following behind them with Casey Marshall on the outside, hanging on the 4th place.
And it looked like that 4th place on the inside line, that spot just kind of closed right up there by the number 2 car. But Casey's doing a nice job there, hanging out. She hadn't fallen back. I thought she was going to drop a little bit further, but she's got the 11 behind her now, making her way up.
Yeah, Casey's doing a great job. I mean, she uses that side draft to kind of maintain. And it's just the only time she really got any good drafting help was with that 13.
Yeah, I think Casey is really good at pushing cars in front of her. She holds such a good straight line that she's able to push cars in front of her, but she's not getting quite that help from behind. And we have another caution come out.
Yeah, unfortunately that 11 is just a little too wiggly to get a good solid run, but the 13 got up there with her, and yeah, man, they lined up and just were rockets.
Looked like maybe the 60.
Sorry, Tony. When this race restarts, we're going to have the 13 on the front, and Kayla McCarthy is going to be right behind her.
I was just trying to back things up here and try to figure out what had happened.
It was not in the front, that's for sure, because man, they were battling. The heck of a battle up there.
Yeah, those ladies up front were putting on a nice show for us.
I feel like the 6 and the 36 should be teamed up just because they both have 6s in their numbers and they're Star Wars cars. Like these ladies are missing an opportunity. Can we dial in the spotters? We have that technology.
Guys, it looks like the 24 of Kayla McCarthy, who's been leading a lot of laps here, she actually finally pulled into her pits to get fueled back up to the end.
I was just about to bring that up. We had some ladies that hadn't pit yet, and I was wondering if we were actually going to be able to stretch it with the caution laps, if they were going to have enough fuel to just run it all out.
Yeah, even with a lot of cautions, 50 laps is a long run.
Yeah, it's probably going to be in with the possibility of white checkers. I think we remember right, we have 3 attempts here, so I mean it's probably not worth the risk. You might be able to do it.
Number 4 is the lucky dog candidate this round, so she's gonna get her lap back and she'll be back on the lead lap.
Oh, all right, that's great to hear from Lisa.
Trying to find the 8 car.
Wonder if check out the 8, see if she got her damage taken care of. The number 8 of Amanda Sherman.
Yes, I did see her come into the pits, and her car is looking very clean, Chris.
Well, that's just about perfect time. We're gonna get the green one more time with about less than 10 laps to go, maybe 10 to go. The number 8 car, if she's all cleaned up and ready to go, she could seriously push up and be a contender by the time this all unplays.
Yeah, that's who I'm going to be watching this restart. And I just noticed on her bumper, she is Mrs. Shermanator. So apparently there's a Mr. Shermanator. I don't know how we're not racing with them. trying to meet the Shermanator, I'm pretty sure.
The Shermanator.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome. I think we might have another couple for the couples league that you're not allowed to start until I have another rig and not Tony. we got the Shermanator and Mrs. Shermanator. I hope he races.
Oh, it would be an absolute shame if he didn't. And well, how about that? The Shermanators race with Savage Edge Racing, because their names are Savage.
Love it.
Is blinking real bad.
I think the 8's going to have the 24 right behind her, too. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, maybe she might be on the
99, where you at?
other lane. But yeah, she's definitely going to have some help back there.
Yeah, she's got a fast car to team up with if those two figure that out. They'll be able to work together and get up to the front. So lights out on the pace car, guys. We got one lap to go.
I'm gonna keep my eye on
on
number 12, Jess Wooten here. She has been playing a very careful game here, and she has just been a lot of fun to watch. She'll make those runs, but she sees something happening, and you know she's backing it off and just biding her time. I'm waiting for her to kind of jump out and strike.
Ryan, you got my other Star Wars car covered up right here. I can cover my 6 back here next to the 8 car.
Yeah, I'm watching the front row up here with Haley and the Casey Marshall and the 36 Grogu car. The Grogu Camry.
Don't say Grogu around Tony Rochette. I think he's still bitter.
Yes, the 86 is glitching.
Alright guys, so we're coming out of turn 4, getting ready to head towards the tri-oval to restart this race. We have Haley Piper in the 13 in the front position, Kaylee Marshall alongside her in the 36, Chantel Pottle in the 5, and number 11 is Alexis Brumfield on the outside of row 2. As we get ready to take the green one more time.
Watch this 8 car with the 8 lean forwards. That's where the car is going.
Yeah, I hope she pulls up a little bit. She's got some room to get up here before this start.
Well, that 321's a new driver, left a big gap there.
And 24, she's coming up hard. I hope she doesn't get a black flag for passing under yellow, because she looked like she went under past a couple cars before that start-finish time. But yeah, she pulled up. She's already up in the front 6 position. That's the number 24 again.
It looked like the number 2 just jumped up right in front of the 24, wanted some of that run that she had, but 24 says no and dives her to the inside.
Yeah, the 24 is running straight up through the middle to try to get back to the front. Casey Marshall in the Grogu Camry, she actually took the lead on that restart.
Oh, we had a little bit of contact between the 12 and the number 2. The number 2 kind of dove her back down. She bounced off the wall a little bit and got it. 12 kind of got into her. Yellow comes out, and the 12 car, I don't know. I think she's going to have to come down and get some damage fixed. Her car is beat up a little bit.
Oh,
I think a lot of that was caused, but we had a bad blinker, and I couldn't even see the number. It was blinking so much. I think it might have been the 86, but man, it was just wreaking havoc through the middle of the field there.
And we know how bad, especially in restrictor plate races, how bad a car that is blinking can cause some havoc. You don't know where they're going to be when they come back. You don't know what's happening.
That's the worst part of it. She was on the move too, so I mean, she was blinking through the field. It's not like she was falling back or up high. She was on the move through the field, blinking like crazy. I was watching my poor 8 car, stressing out. But yeah, she just kind of hung out behind that nonsense.
Yeah, so I guess the 24 of Kayla McCarthy, she didn't get any penalties driving up through the field right before the start-finish line. So looks like she's made her way all the way back up to third place on a great restart. Casey Marshall in the 36 Grogu Camry, she's back in front with Haley Piper in the 13 car in second place.
Yeah, I think Sherman saw that happen, and I think that's why you saw her laying back so much, because yeah, that car was blinking. The car in front of her it was laying back all before the green flag. So I think it was just good heads up racing on her part. As you would expect from Mrs. Shermanator.
Well, let's hope this time around these girls can get lined up and stay safe. I think the last two restarts we've had some incidents leading up to the restart with trying to line back up with some accordion action going on.
Yeah.
Forward to getting Janice back to racing, man. I wonder how long she's going to be on the injured list, because I think she would have been a fun one to watch here at the plate track.
Wrong.
Yeah, I know she really wanted to race tonight. That's for sure. Who wouldn't though, right? It's tough to miss out on a plate track.
Yeah, and pretty sure an Earnhardt fan.
Looks like Daniel. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just mumbling on, chasing squirrels and whatnot. You go ahead.
Gotcha. I was just going to say that the 41 car of Danielle Rutherford actually got the lucky dog, but she's only going to get one of her 2 laps back.
I think Lisa might be starting behind that 8 car on this restart, Tony.
Yeah, it does look like that. Actually, had to pause there for a minute. She ended up spinning out. There was some stuff happening in the back, and she took a little trip into the infield a little bit. She didn't take any damage or anything like that, but that whole, you really, the emotions start running, and it's so funny of this simulation that it does that to you. So. And it's happened to me many, many times, so it was kind of nice to be able to sit here and be like, all right, we're all good, shake it off, no big deal, let's go get it.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what's happening to the 8 of Amanda Sherman, because she got all her damage fixed, but even on that last restart, she didn't move up through the field quite as much as I thought, being as fast as she was in practice and in qualifying.
No, I was actually watching her. She was just stuck behind the nonsense. She was stuck behind a car that was blinking like crazy, and a couple other people that were kind of weaving all over the place. She never really made an attempt to go.
I got you. And that was she was right next to the 24 who just didn't care. She just went through it no matter what. And she finds herself in third place though.
But yeah, it looked like real heads up, smart racing by the 8 car to me. That's why I'm thinking. Maybe Lisa just gets a ride to that bumper.
Yeah, I hope everything clears up in front of them on this restart. It would be nice to see them get back up in the mix.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about too with the 321's pacing. It's not the 8 that's leaving the gap. It's that the 321 doesn't close the gap until turn 4. But that's another one of the newer racers, and it's like I said, it's most of these ladies, this is their first time in races. It's not like they run a lot of officials, so just got to get used to the pace and stuff.
That's right. As the lights are out on the pace car, we're halfway through the back stretch, getting ready to come back to green one more time.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my number 12, but for a total different reason this time here. Her car is pretty beat up. I'm not sure what she's got left there. I was really surprised to not see her come down pit road and get her car freshened up.
I'm seeing that now. Yeah, there's free cars. Get you a new car. They're free.
This is the Oprah show. Everybody gets a free car.
All right, guys, as we enter turn 4 on this final pace lap, we have Casey Marshall in the 36 on the inside, Haley Piper in the 13 car on the outside. The 24 of Kayla McCarthy is in third place on the inside of row 2, and on number 5 of Chantel Pottle is on the outside of row 2. We're going to get a good eye on this restart, see how everything plays out, and we're going to have 5 laps to go once we hit this green flag.
I'm preaching patience, but I'm wanting to come through the screen at the 321 for slowing down my 8 car right now.
Yeah, you're right. She's got to pull up there. Same for the 4. And we are back to green. 2 wide at the front, going into turn 1 with 5 laps to go. The 5 car Chantel Pottle drops down to get in line, hanging out the 13 of Haley Piper. Casey Marshall stays on point.
Save that.
The 24 Kayla McCarthy's going to go outside. She's side by side with the leader going into turn 3. She's got no help though.
Well, I wanted to stick with number 12 there, but just as suspected, her car just does not have the speed anymore, and she is starting to drop back. But we got a heck of a 4-car race up front.
Yeah, the 13 gets in line behind Kayla McCarthy and the 24. They're going to be pushing up through the leader, coming into turn 1 with 4 laps to go.
Now, does the 24 carry the 13, or does she just say, nope, see ya, I want this lead?
Russia, what a great push the 13's giving the 24. I know Casey's got to be thinking, where was my push when I was out there?
Nope, 13 said, no, I'm not pushing you no more. It drops in line.
But the 7 cars come out of nowhere. Huggy Misham.
She's one of our more experienced drivers. I've seen her fly up through there a couple of times. I think a lot of the race she's been kind of at her time.
Yeah, they've got 3 cars lined up on the outside. If they can work together, they can really make a run here. We've got coming to the start-finish line now with 4 laps to go. Or 3 laps ago.
I think they're going to have to wreck Casey to get this race away from her. She worked so hard to get up there.
Oh, Lisa.
As we've seen, it's hard. Oh, man, what a run to the outside.
The 13 pulls out alongside. She's got help now with the 24 behind her. They're side by side, 2 rows deep going into 3.
Come on, go to the lead.
And they don't pull it off, though. 5 gets it good enough. It just sticks to the bumper there, Casey.
They are side by side, 2 deep, coming to take the flag. 2 laps to go, actually. Here we come.
Oh, the 13 almost had him cleared. Oh, it does.
And she is. We have a new leader, Haley Piper. The 13 car is in front.
Ned once again leaves the car behind her hanging.
That's the name of the game.
There's no friends in racing, baby.
Not with a couple laps to go.
Now the 24 from the 4th spot goes outside. She's going to try to make something happen.
8 cars made her way back to the back of the lead pack. And coming.
Well, I'm thinking we're going to see a move by Casey here. She's going to have to do something if she wants to win this race.
That's right. And we have 1 lap to go, boys. 1 to go.
You've seen that 24 can push. It's all going to be a matter of getting it's all going to be timing.
She is right on the quarter panel, that 4 car. And she turns her. We're going to stay green here. Coming down the backstretch. It's a 2-car pull. Haley Piper, Casey Marshall right behind her going into turn 3. 2 laps to go to this race ends.
And here goes Casey. She's going up, and she is coming up beside the 13. It is a drag race.
Side by side coming into the tri-oval.
It was a drag race. And the 36 of Casey Marshall takes it.
In the Grogu Camry.
Yeah,
Star Wars car.
that was a hell of a run she did, and she picked her time just perfect.
She did exactly what she wanted to do. She lost the lead with a couple laps to go. She stayed right behind the 13 car and made her move at the right spot. No one had any help to really get the 13 back to the front, and Casey Marshall went around the outside and took this win.
I gotta say, it's probably deserved. I don't think anybody worked any harder for it than she did this race, man.
Nope, getting disconnected early on, laps down, and she wasn't back there long. She wasn't lapped down long. She was always a contender. She was always a factor.
When she wasn't in the lead, she was trying to get it. It's just a matter of getting the help to get her to there.
What a fantastic finish, huh, guys? Hey, we're going to grab that 36 and bring her up for you guys.
Good job,
Yeah,
ladies.
sounds good.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
'36 is here with you guys.
Casey, congratulations. Hell of a show you put on for us. Might be having some technical difficulties here with Casey, but we can just keep talking and congratulating her. That disconnect you had early on in the race didn't set you back hardly at all. You barely missed a minute.
Pretty sure she heard us at least because I watched her car stop spinning. We stopped her celebration donuts.
Casey, they are trying to get a hold of you in the booth.
Yeah, in the game.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I'll just use game chat.
We can work with that. Congratulations, Casey. That was a hell of a run you had. Put on a nice show. We really enjoyed watching that. With all the troubles you had early on, you just made short work of everything.
Yeah, I was able to get that draft, get my lap back, and just get back up towards the front and just stay clean. I was working dang hard for that one.
Yeah, we really saw that come through on those restarts from when you were lapped down after that disconnect. You just tore through the field. We were keeping a close eye on you because you were just making mincemeat of this field, just running through. You got your lap back and then started from the rear of the field, and sure enough, the next restart again, you just blasted right through. Yeah, you did an excellent job getting through traffic, getting your way back up to the front of the field, and held on to the end. Made that great last lap pass, and took the checker.
Yeah, that was kind of the plan. I was hoping that she would get that push, so I could push her on that last lap, so I could set her up for that last turn pass.
Do you attribute any of the win at all to the force? That's a pretty sharp paint.
Oh yeah, I love this paint job. Yeah, I contributed all to the force. Baby Yoda for the win.
All right.
Yeah, well, once again, congratulations. That was a great race. All you ladies did a wonderful job. We had a heck of a time calling it for you.
Yeah, it was fun racing with Kayla and the number 5, and the 24 and the number 5, and the 13. Whew, they were tough to get around.
Yep, they were making you work for this one.
That's for sure.
All right, Casey, congratulations on top finish there, and have a good evening and enjoy that win. We'll talk to you later.
All right, will do.
All right, guys, any closing remarks from each one of you?
Well, how about that? We couldn't have asked for a better finish. These ladies are just, every month we say it every broadcast. They just keep getting better and better and better. And that front section there, they just put on a hell of a show all race. It was really fun to watch.
Chris?
I want to thank Brian for coming out and helping us tonight. Tony Rochette couldn't make it, and he did an awesome job filling in. And thanks to you, Pete, for setting this stuff up, and thanks to the ladies for putting on a great show. Man, that was a lot of fun to watch. Congratulations to Casey, man. She earned it tonight.
Absolutely. Brian?
Yeah, guys, I'm a pleasure to be here, man, and what a great race to be here for the first time. It was an awesome finish. These girls really showed you that they can race as well as anybody, man. So yeah, next month, stick around and come back and watch these gals go at it. They can drive.
Sounds good. And Brian, I'd like to thank you for sitting in. I was listening to the broadcast on the in the living room there, enjoying your broadcast. Did a great job, and thank you for stepping in and stepping up. Chris Scales, thank you as always, buddy. You guys at the Aftermath and the iRacers Lounge Aftermath, thanks for everything you do for the group of girls, and keeping this thing going and broadcast for us. Tony Groves, thank you for everything you've done, and are doing every month for these ladies of iRacing. They got a lot of support, and they're definitely providing us some awesome entertainment with great driving. So thanks to everybody, and thanks everybody for stepping up and helping out. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great evening.